I'm going to do a ghost story, which is all true. I had to think long and hard which ghost story I want to do. So this story is about the dragging leg. The dragging leg plus the eye in the door. All right. The dragging leg and the eye in the door. Because they go hand in hand. Okay. Well, let's see. All right. Back when I was living in Chicago, we lived in this house that was pretty much haunted. The house was built in 1839, and it was one of those houses that were owned by rich people. You know, back then they were really elegantly rich. And before that, it was a battleground, give or take. Okay. Now, some people say that there was a maid who lived there and she went nuts. Okay. I don't know the whole true story about it. But let's see. I have to bring myself back to the time of the happenings. Okay, it was a mixture between soldiers and the maid. All right. When we lived in this house, we knew it was an old house on an old foundation, but we didn't really give it much thought. So, me and my sister, we always had to share a bedroom. And we never had a door on the bedroom because it was more like my mom didn't want a door. Okay, let's just say. Well, anyway, while we were all sleeping, and my sister and I, we would giggle in the night. And we would be like, giggling and laughing like little girls do. So, okay, you have to picture this. The house was really long. I don't know the measurements, but it was really, really long. It was, okay, like here in the front would be the living room and dining room. And off of the living room would be a storage room, a bedroom. And then you go through the living room and dining room because it's one big long length. And over here's a little closet. And then you go into the hallway. So there's a bathroom and my bedroom, or our bedroom. And then the utility room, my mom's room, the kitchen, back porch, outside, whatever have you. So it was long house. It was a really long house. I remember this. It probably would have been small now if the house was still built. They tore it down. Well, there's a lot of ghost stories that happened in that house. So we're in our bedroom, like, here's a wall, and then here's the door to go out. So our bed was right here. And at the time it was facing long way, so the pillows were up here by this wall. And my mom, she slept in her room, like back that way towards the kitchen. We had somewhat of a street light glaring. I don't know how it came in, but it came in through. But it was just lightly. So we would know that everybody was sleeping in my mom's room. Everybody was, So we heard this, like thump, drag, thump, drag, thump, drag, like somebody's leg was injured. So we stopped laughing and we're like, listen, is that Mom? Because my mom, her slippers, she would go, ch, 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 ch. That's how my mom would walk. But this was thump, drag, and it would stop right there by our bedroom. And we had just the tiniest little bit of light in that room because we had like a night light. So when me and my sister would stop laughing, it would stop right there. So as it didn't hear nothing anymore, so it thumped and dragged all the way into the kitchen. Okay, we would giggle, and we just shoved it off, because we were just young, we didn't know. So we heard it again coming back. And it was like thump, drag, thump, drag. It sounded like a man with an injured leg. Okay. So it would stop by our bedroom. And we would get way in the corner in case it was my mom. And it wasn't, in case it was my dad. It wasn't. So it done that, quite a few nights. And then my sister would tell my mom, and my mom's like, what? There's nobody else in the house. So, it went on for a good 2 weeks. So my mom finally climbed in bed with us, and we didn't hear nothing for a long time. So right about the time where we heard it, we didn't hear it. So my mom's like, well, what have you all been doing to make that sound? Well, we didn't make it, like, what were you doing when you heard the sound? And we said we were giggling and laughing. She goes, okay, we'll do that. So she went over there by the wall, and she's sitting up, and we were giggling and laughing, and telling jokes and stuff. And here it comes from the living room. And my mom's like, keep doing it. And we're like, laughing. So it was thump, drag, stop right there. And you can see my mom, she's like, and then we got real quiet. And then it went away. We were giggling and laughing. Here it comes. Thump, drag, to our room. And my mom scared the hell out of us. She goes, who's in my house? And we both, screaming. Because, my mom's all of a sudden yelling into the dark. And this thing, whatever it was, my mom started yelling at it, and it disappeared back into the living room. So, and we were like, did you hear that? And she goes, yeah. Just do it again. Laugh and giggle. So we're laughing and giggling and stuff. And we really thought the whole idea was funny. So we're laughing and stuff. Here it comes again. And then it stopped. Not only did it stop, it peered around the corner a little bit. My mom took her shoe off and slung it. And she goes, who the hell's in my house? get out. She threw her shoe, right? So it bounced, but it, you know, like when your shoe hits the wall, you can hear it. She threw it at there and it didn't make a sound. It didn't make a sound when it fell. So the light switch is right there by the door, and she flicked it on. There was a shoe on the floor, but it didn't make no noise. Well, she's like, oh, you girls come and sleep with me. But we, in the process, in the daytime where it didn't happen, we would make a tape recording of our giggling, okay? And we put it in the bed. And we rigged it somehow to where around that time we turn it on. And we were standing in the doorway of my mom's room, and then we played the giggling tape, and here it comes. And my mom's looking, she's like, I don't see anything. She says, but I sure hear it. And okay, this is where it really freaked us both out. I think it freaked out my mom too. Well, she had a flashlight, one of those big mega flashlights. Well, soon as it was coming towards her room, she flicked on and she was, ha ha, I caught you. Oh my God. When she did that, this man was dragging his right leg, and he was like stunned, and he was caught in the act. And he was wearing an old military outfit, like a prisoner, not the black and white stripe, but like the gray, like a tacky color, you know, pants and stuff. And he had blood on his shirt, and we all saw it. And when my mom flicked on the light, his face was like, you know, like he was stunned. So he hurried up and ran. My mom goes, you girls stay here. And she's running after this man with a flashlight. And then my sister downstairs, dog, come up, heard this noise, come up and push, you know, you can push the back door open. Pushed the door open, and the dog was barking ferociously in the living room. Me and my sister were crying, and we're like, oh my God, Mom, Mom. And then the dog is growling and everything. And I heard my mom go, Sparky, go tend to the girls, they're in my room. The dog came right in there, and the dog was all fluffed up and furled, and he was guarding us. He did not let nothing happen to us. So my mom was, get out of here. You don't belong here. And you can hear a man's voice. You know, and my mom goes, get the hell out. I don't know who you are. Get out. There was no door slamming or anything, no feet prints or nothing. Well, she came back, and you can hear, ch, 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 ch. That was my mom's feet. So she goes, and she sat down on the bed, and I said, well, what was it? It was a man, but it wasn't a man. And we were like, what? She goes, yeah. He must have been a ghost. And she was all tore up. And the dog was sniffing her and whining, whimpering, dodging, and backing up. So my mom's like, oh my God. She says, I think this house is haunted. And we're like, oh my God. So after my dad came home, my mom described him, and he's like, oh my God. So they were looking up books of the people who had that, you know, like back in the wartime. And there was his picture. It was, let's see. 1738. 1738 was the day that man got shot and killed. It was 1984 when we had those experiences. But my dad found him in the paper, like back in the day paper, were all the military men. And my mom's like, and my dad's like, which one was this? And she pointed right to the one. And he says, oh, well, he died that year ago. And my mom's like, well, he was here. He was here, and the dog was barking and the girls were scared and blah, blah, blah. So that didn't happen no more for about a year. A year later, my dad had time off of work. So he wanted to see what was going on because he was like, But he got into the bedroom. We're all in the bedroom. Me and my sister were giggling again, and here it comes. My dad got up, and he had his gun. Who is he going to shoot? I don't know. The dog was downstairs. The doors were locked securely. So my dad was hiding behind the other wall. So after we were giggling, the thump drag stopped right there. And my dad goes, I'm going to tell you again, my wife told you to get out and you're back and blah, blah, blah going on. So he was checking on his wife, his girlfriend. I don't know what the whole story was then, but he was like checking on children. But yeah, that's the story. So my dad called the minister, and he brought some holy water and some beads and stuff, and they blessed the house. And after, so then my dad put up a door. Okay, he put up a door, and where a doorknob was way up high, like a doorknob is like right at hip length. He put a door, and the doorknob was way up here. So he like, okay, the girls will never, reach that. The eyeball was looking in on us. We shut the door. We couldn't hear no thump drag. But when we giggle, we have a flashlight. And we saw the eyeball. The eyeball was looking. And the man had brown eyes, and nobody in my family had brown eyes. My eyes are green, my sister's eyes are blue, my dad's eyes are blue, my mom's eyes are blue, or my dad's eyes were green. However, nobody had brown eyes, so it was a brown eye. I know that sounds gross, but it was a brown eyeball. So, my dad, we told him, and then he goes, oh my God. So he put, putty in that hole. And then we called the priest, and it didn't happen no more for a while until after my dad died, but that would be another story. So, there's my ghost story for the day.